Do you still go to him to apologize even though the man of God isn't living a holy life? Well, this one, it's between you and God. I cannot say he's living a holy life or not because I don't know him. So I will not draw that conclusions. But if the reason why you left there in the first place is because you noticed that the man was living a double standard life, then you are good. That one is not a problem. Are there circumstances where you can leave? If yes, what are they? Especially when your pastor refuses to release you. Now, this thing is becoming question and answer tonight. When your pastor refuses to leave you, number one, everything we do, even God will never judge a generation without a witness. Please hold that. It's one of the strongest principles I've seen in scriptures. Have you noticed that in life, wherever something catastrophic wants to happen, there must always be one person that escapes to tell the story? Check all history, all through history. Even in the scriptures, God never does a thing without a witness. There must be somebody that will stand and do like this. That is why the Bible says we are surrounded with what? So great cloud of what? Witnesses. He will never operate without a witness. That's the principle of the kingdom. And that's the principle every believer must live by. Every believer must live by that principle of witness. Now, if you have a father that is not willing to release you and he believes that you are supposed to remain with him, number one, you will give him the honor, sitting down and explaining yourself to him, not later. Go and see him. See him one-on-one. If he perceives that and is avoiding you, try all you can. If it doesn't work, then you can draft a letter and send. And upon sending the letter, he calls you and says, no, me, this is where we are. Okay. Or he says, give me 1 month, let me pray about it. When he finishes, time it for the 1 month and then add 2 days. That's honor. Then after 2 days, you say, sir, how far will this matter? He said, I'm still praying. When should I get back to you, sir? Very soon. Very soon means it's an endless date. If it's an endless date and it says very soon, next tomorrow is soon. Upper tomorrow is soon. Upper is soon. So you consistently ask, not in a disrespectful manner. You just humbly request, you go. When that is done and there is nothing, you see, before God, you must earn something before God, that you are doing this thing out of regard for the man and out of the fact that God is the one that planted you there. What's the next step to take? I believe that that man should have a father. 1, 2, I believe that if you have related with him, you should know the people that has his ears. You should be able to go and meet them. When I was in my former church and my pastor was giving me all kinds of trouble, the first thing I did was to report the matter to his close friend. I sought for an appointment with his friend, Pastor KG Ajayi, and I went to his office, sat down with him, spoke my mind to him, and I said, please, I don't know if I have added to it, but you can speak with him and get back to me. When I was done with the man, he counseled me and said, go about it this way. The first thing I did was to go for personal retreat. He said, ask your pastor for a release to go and retreat and talk to God about this matter. My chest was exploding. I was no longer hearing God. I was rigged. My spiritual space was overtaken by either offense, pain, and anytime I come to church happy and I go back sad. So I sought for him. He spoke to me, and when he spoke to me, I went back and executed. When I executed, I came back. It was from that meeting and that prayer retreat that I was released for 2 weeks that I was able to shed off the pain and the bitterness and the offense. And for the first time, I now told Pastor that, please, I want to see you. And I went with my wife. We sat down and I told them, I wrote out my thought because I know the tendencies of, I don't want to be pushed. So I wrote out my thought and I told him, if you don't mind, I will want to read out the things I wrote. Right? So you guide your thought. And when that was done, I went back to his friend to say, I have seen him. This is where we are. He said, okay, no problem. And you will patiently follow those things. And so I exited in peace. Is that okay? Did I answer you? Are there circumstances where you can leave if you are, especially when your pastor refuses to release you? So you follow those things. And then if the people that are close to him speaks to him, and then he's not willing, the next step is you will locate his spiritual father. One who has authority over him, just the way he has authority over you. Then you speak to his spiritual father. By the time the matter gets to the spiritual father, he will, I tell you, he will look into it. He will know that, okay, this is a serious matter. But there are other people also in Lagos who wanted to leave their church, who received the call of God, and their pastor said, wait. And they trust their pastor so much that they waited. One of them is called Pastor Godman. He's one of my examples in this matter. When Pastor Sam told him, wait, he waited for more than 4 years. I think 5 years, more. You are in the church, so you know the history of what I'm talking. He waited. He will go back and check. He says, still wait. He will go back and check. He says, still wait. Once you can attest to the heart of the person, you know you are secured. You know you are secured. Then you'll be fine. Have you not even, you people, the problem you have in church, you are just one-sided. You are only always thinking about release. How about the pastors that came and said, I sense that the grace of God is upon your life. I am releasing you. As they are releasing you, you will go back and say, that pastor is insecure. That is why he's releasing me. Let's bring this balance today. There's a church in Ikeja here. One of our fathers, Apostle David Ogbueli, came to the church in Ikeja here. And he looked and he said to the young man, you have served me for many years. From today, this branch ceases to be. When I know they talk that one, no. It's only the ones of the difficult people that you talk about. And the man said, this branch changes to be what? Changes to be, what's the name of the church again? Changes to be Dominion City. He said, name it. Whatever name God is giving you. But I just came to tell you that from today, this ministry and all the assets here and everything, I don't want to know. Una no go talk that one, no. It's the one that the pastors are homogeneous. That's the one you speak about. Homogeneous.